everybody, it's me, Pampered Chef with Becky. I wanted to share with you a quick and easy mealtime idea that I think your entire family will love. And one of the reasons we love this recipe so much is because of its versatility. So I love watching the Food Network cooking shows. And every time I watch any of those cooking competitions, one of those professional chefs tried to make a risotto. So I was always really intimidated to make risotto because I thought only professional chefs make it. And then Pampered Chef came out with a foolproof risotto recipe using our pressure cooker. So this is the Deluxe Multi-Cooker, and it is a pressure cooker. It's a slow cooker. It's a sous vide. It is a sterilizer. It makes yogurt. It hard boils or steams your eggs. So, and you can do everything in this amazing multi-cooker, which is why it's called the multi-cooker. And so we're going to use the pressure cooker function tonight for the risotto, the rice setting particularly, and in about 10 to 15 minutes, we are going to have a delicious risotto. Now, I'm going to add some things to the risotto so it's a complete meal, not just a side dish. And as I mentioned earlier, it is so versatile. So you can do a spring risotto, you can add chicken and spring vegetables like zucchini and carrots and peas. You can do mushrooms, you can add leeks. You can do a fall risotto, which is what I'm doing tonight. And I'm gonna be adding some chicken, some celery, some almonds, some craisins or dried cranberries, and some seasoning. So it has that fall feel. You can even add roasted butternut squash to it. You can also do an Italian risotto. So you could add chicken, sun-dried tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. You can add basil. You can do spinach. So as you can tell, you can really do anything when you have the basics. So the basic risotto recipe is really simple. It's chopped onions and garlic. It's chicken stock or vegetable stock if you want to make it vegetarian. It is arborio rice, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about arborio rice. So arborio rice is a little bit different than long grain rice in that it is starchier. So when you use a rice like arborio rice in a recipe that, you really want to have a creamy consistency without all the heavy cream, cheese, fat, you really do want to use an arborio rice. And you can find it in your local grocery store with all the other rices. So so I use a cup of arborio rice. You don't need to rinse it or do any of that. So it's onions, garlic, a cup of arborio rice, and stock, 3½ cups of stock. Now some people will do about a ½ cup of dry white wine and 3 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock, but you need 3½ cups of liquid total. So it's really up to you if you wanted to replace half a cup of the 3½ cups of stock with a ½ cup of dry white wine like Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay. So this is how easy it is to get started. So we're going to set our quick cooker, our Deluxe Multi-Cooker, on the sear function. And while that's heating up, I'm going to cut up some onion, and I'm going to use one of my favorite products. I'm going to use the manual food processor to chop up my onion because I do not want to cry. For those of you who cry when you are chopping up onions, I encourage you to use our manual food processor. So all I'm going to do is put some quartered onions into our manual food processor. I'm also going to add some peeled garlic, fresh garlic, and you can actually, and I want to show you our garlic peeler. As you can see, it's a little cannoli. It looks like a little cannoli. And you put the garlic with the peel on, and you put it into the cannoli or the garlic peeler, and you push some force on it. And what it does is it cracks the peel of your garlic so that you can either, you can very easily take the peel off. Okay, so I have 3 to 4 garlic cloves peeled. I got one more left that still needs to have the peel taken off. Okay, you can also use our garlic press if you have a garlic press, but I'm trying to use the least amount of dirty dishes here. And so I have some onions and some garlic in the manual food processor. And all I'm going to do is process it. Now, I'm going to take some of our garlic infused oil in our new oil and vinegar dispenser bottle. I'm going to pour it into the bottom of the multi-cooker. And I'm also going to add a little bit of my favorite new oil, our garlic Parmesan oil. Okay, this stuff is so yummy. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pour here. So our oil is in our sear function. And now I've chopped up my onions and garlic in the manual food processor. Now, one of my favorite things about this manual food processor is this month, in April, you can get this amazing manual food processor for 60% off. So instead of paying full price, this amazing manual food processor is only $25. $25. So it's so easy to hand wash. You can put the bowl in the dishwasher, hand wash the blade. I take a soapy towel or soapy sponge, wipe down the inside, and it's washed. Super, super easy. I use the manual food processor all the time to make bruschetta and sauces and salad dressings and salsas and guacamole. So all of those things, and to chop onions, as you can see. Now, I also want to talk to you about our scraper collection. Lots and lots of my hosts say to me how much they love, and guests say to me how much they love our scrapers. Just giving our onions and garlic a little bit of a stir here. So a lot of my hosts and customers tell me how much they love our scrapers. We have 2 different types of scrapers. We have more of a spoonula type of scraper, and we have your traditional scraper, okay? We have them in all different sizes, okay? And again, in the month of April, when you host a party, you are going to get 6 of our most popular scrapers. 6 as a bundle, which is not, you cannot get a bundle of scrapers in the catalog. When you host a party, you can get our bundle of scrapers for just $29. So 6 scrapers for $29. That is less than $5 per scraper. And these scrapers are so awesome because they're heat safe, so they won't melt in your saute pans or in your pressure cooker, quick cooker, deluxe multi-cooker. They're all one piece, so the head will not detach from the handle like some other spatulas or scrapers. And they're stain resistant, so you can use them when you're making your tomato sauce and you don't have to worry about them staining. When I'm done, I throw them in the dishwasher and they get clean. So I absolutely love, love, love our scrapers that are on sale just for our hosts in April for just $29 for 6 of them. Okay, so that's our scrapers. So as you saw, I dumped our cup of arborio rice into the quick cooker, and and I'm giving it a quick saute with the onions and the garlic. And now I am going to turn off the sear function. I just hit the cancel button. So what we're doing is we are toasting the arborio rice. Now I'm gonna add in our 3.5 cups of chicken stock to the pan. 3.5 cups of stock into the multi-cooker. And I'm going to add my seasonings now. I'm going to use our garlic and herb rub. If you're doing an Italian risotto, you can add Italian seasoning. If you're making a Greek risotto with maybe chicken and artichoke hearts, and you might want to use a Greek seasoning. But I'm just doing our garlic and herb rub, which is one of my favorite versatile rubs because I use it in just about everything: potatoes, vegetables, chicken, fish, pork. Okay, I'm giving this a quick stir. I'm trying to scrape up the little bits that were at the bottom of our quick cooker. And now I'm gonna lock the lid. I'm gonna turn the dial until I see the white rice function, and I'm gonna hold the button until you see the word run. The white rice function is 4 minutes. Now it takes about 5 to 10 minutes for it to come to pressure. So in total, it takes maybe about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. The more food you have in the pressure cooker, the longer it's gonna take to come to pressure. But once it comes to pressure, it cooks super fast, which is why I often refer to our pressure cooker as a slow cooker on steroids, okay? So it is off to the races. Now, so I wanted to talk with you about some of the add-ins that I'm putting into this recipe tonight. As I mentioned, I'm doing a fall risotto. So I have some chopped up chicken that I have left over that I'm gonna be adding, about 2 cups of chopped up chicken. I'm also going to be adding some sweetened dried cranberries, craisins that I have rehydrated in a little bit of water, and I'm going to dump this water. Okay, you could save it if you wanted to make a drink, but I'm just rehydrating these craisins. And the reason I'm doing that is because we want them plump and juicy, but we also want to take out the red color so that we don't have a red risotto. No, hey, if you like pink risotto, then you don't need to rehydrate it. So I'm also going to chop up some almonds. And for this, I'm going to use the iconic food chopper. So this is, for many people, iconic to Pampered Chef. It was one of Pampered Chef's very first products that we ever came out with back in the 80s, and we still have it. So what I use the food chopper the most for is doing small quantities. So a 1/2 cup of less of almonds, or if I need to finely chop a jalapeno, this is what I use the food chopper for. So, and I'm gonna actually put the almonds right into the lid of our food chopper. And I'm just gonna put the lid on, and then I'm gonna chop them right into the lid so that it keeps my almonds contained. Then I'm gonna take out a little bowl, and I'm gonna pour them into a bowl, okay? Some of these I want a little bit more coarsely chopped than others, which this is perfect. And as many of you guys know, the more you chop the food chopper, the more you chop it, the more it chops whatever it is you're chopping. So now our food chopper is also on sale in April for our hosts. So as I mentioned, we have lots of sales going on in April just for our hosts. These are all of your bonuses when you host a party in April. As I mentioned, your scraper collection, if you wanted a bundle of scrapers, you could get all 6 of our most popular scrapers for just $29. If you wanted our manual food processor that I chopped up the onions and the garlic with, you can get that in April when you host a party for just $25. Our food chopper that I just chopped up the nuts with is just $17 in April. And I'm going to now show you another product that has quickly become one of my favorites, and that is our Rapid Prep Mandolin. So, a lot of people are very intimidated by mandolins, but with our Rapid Prep Mandolin, you can do so many things. You can slice potatoes, zucchini. I'm going to do celery, carrots. You can also do julienne, and you can make French fries. So there are some dials on the back of our Rapid Prep Mandolin, and I'm going to just do a quick slice of our celery. And then there's a dial on the bottom that ranges from 1 to 8, and 1 is super duper thin, and 8 is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to actually do mine a little bit thicker celery. So I'm going to put it on a 6, and I'm going to put the food holder here in, okay? Because I don't want to slice my fingers, and that's something that I hear a lot from customers, is they're afraid to use a mandolin because they do not want to slice their fingers, and they've heard how incredibly dangerous they are. Well, guess what? Not with Pampered Chefs. So now I'm just going to cut my celery down to size, put it into the food holder here, like so. And then I am going to just, whoops, let me get this in here. And just like that, we have chopped very quickly celery pieces. Now I'm going to add this celery in to the risotto after it's done cooking. If you add it in now, before you set it, you're going to have mushy celery. And I like my celery to have a crunch. That's one of the reasons why I add it at the end. So that is our celery that I just chopped with our Rapid Prep Mandolin. And this, as I mentioned, is one of the host bonuses in April as well. So you can get our Rapid Prep Mandolin when you host a party in April for just $28. Okay, so last but not least, I want to share with you about our color-coded knife collection. If you're looking for some quality knives, but you're not yet willing or ready to make the investment for our lifetime guaranteed forged cutlery knives, which is the knife block set that you see back here. You're not ready to make the investment yet. Guess what? When you host a party in April, you can get 6 of our color-coded knives for just, let me see, how much are they? $31 when you host in April. So you will get our coated chef's knife with the case. You also will get my favorite color-coded knife, which is our Santoku knife, our 5-inch Santoku knife. You will also get our green all-purpose utility knife. Mine's in the dishwasher because I already used it today. You'll get our red tomato knife, which is like a serrated knife, so it's kind of like a steak knife. But this knife I use for so many things, but it will slice through a tomato and bagels and thin steak so easily. You'll also get our orange paring knife. So all 5 of those knives for just $31. Again, a little bit more than $5 a knife. I'm sorry, you cannot go to any store and get a great quality knife like Pampered Chef backs for less than $5. So this is one of the other bonuses for hosts in April. So you have 5 bonuses when you host a party in April. Actually, you have 6 that I'm going to talk about in just a second. You can get our scraper bundle. You can get our manual food processor. You can get our food chopper. You can get those coated knives, and you can get our Rapid Prep Mandolin for 60% off. Now, our last host bonus for April is when your sales reach $650 or more, which is about 10 orders, you are going to get an extra $100 in free Pampered Chef products of your choice. So at the $600 level, my hosts earn $115 in free Pampered Chef products. But when they reach $650 in sales, 10 to 12 orders, that's going to be $215 in free PC. When you collect roughly 15 to 20 orders, that $215 jumps to $315. So it is an amazing time to host. With the holidays coming and summer entertaining upon us, I know your family and friends are going to want to learn some fresh new recipes, maybe even get together for a fun cooking party so that they can have some fun, see the latest Pampered Chef products, and learn some new recipes like this risotto. All right, everyone. So once my risotto is done, I'm going to add in the celery, the sweet and dried, rehydrated craisins. I'm going to add in the almonds, about 2 cups of chicken, and I'm going to grate about 1/4 cup of Parmesan Romano cheese, either or both. Maybe I'll do both. I'm going to grate some. So about 1/4 cup of the cheese. And then I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit more of our garlic Parmesan oil. If you do not have the garlic Parmesan oil, you can just throw a tablespoon of butter and mix it all up, and you are going to have a delicious risotto. So I hope you all had a fantastic day, a fantastic night if you're watching this at night. And I hope that I've inspired you to give risotto a try. When you have the right tools, it truly can be quick and easy. Bye for now, everyone.